Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory be to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. And I want to say double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and blessings to the hopeful elect. You know, out there listening and learning and teaching this word in sincerity and truth, in a sincere hope, so we may edify and feed the lambs of Yahweh Shai, especially in these last days. And yeah, just, you know, I just wanted to put something quickly on blast, you know, on camera, just, you know, talking about the situation that's going on over there with the tribe of Issachar. You know, over there in Mexico, they be fucking ransacking fucking restaurants that are owned by Edomites and that, you know, and this is all happening because Esau is being exposed. You know, his kingdom's going down. Like I was watching the elder Mawatazak, I believe, from LA, and he was going into it. He was putting up clips of this video, his in transit video that he did just a few hours ago, and he was talking about how, you know, pretty much, you know, Esau, you know, when I saw the clips of what he put up about how Esau and his restaurants are getting ransacked and that and whatever, and they're saying, you know, gringo go home and all of this and whatever, you know, pretty much you got it to where Esau is, you know, his establishments are getting rolled on because of the oppression and the pressure that he's putting on the tribes. That shit's starting to flip reverse back on him. You know, it's no longer a thing now where he could just have us, you know, like on them plantations like he used to. And well, you even had revolts with Nat Turner and this and that and whatever, you know, but by and large they had pretty much Jake on lock. You know what I mean? But now it's coming to a point where, you know, Esau, like, they're getting rolled on by the tribes, man. They're gonna get rolled on by the tribes as well. Like, we talk about these race riots, race wars, and the scripture says one people shall stand up to fight against another with swords in their hands. You best believe that's the time that we're coming to, man. That's the time that we're coming to. Right now you got, you know, you got skateboarders using their skateboards to smash windows open. Right now you got, you know, people just throwing rocks and that and whatever, you know, flares or whatever it is. Alright? And Issachar, hey man, they got guns too, man. I remember Elder Apostle Tahar was saying in the you know, the indoor ministry that they did, the live stream, Elder Apostle Tahar was saying, hey, Issachar, they got them guns too. So you can only imagine the turmoil and the chaos, right, that's about to envelope these cities, man. You know? And these establishments that are getting run up in, and they're saying, look, gringo go home, and, you know, basically it's a retaliation. Because Esau, man, people are getting fed up and tired of Esau's bullshit. Basically expanding and having more than heart could wish, and, you know, being unsatiable, like the scripture says in Habakkuk. You know, Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. You know, who enlarge of his desire is hell and cannot be satisfied. That's Esau, man. That's Esau's red ass. Wherever he goes, he wants to steal, kill, destroy, right, and pollute. This is what he does, and the world is now beginning to see Esau, these Edomites, for what they really are. And that's really the spirit of the Lord that's having that happen, right? And putting the spirit on his prophets to expose these devils too. So the vibration that we're coming with, right, is actually a heavy vibration because it's spiritual, man. It's prophetic, right? And this vibration that we're putting out there, right, you're seeing it come to pass because the Lord said, send his prophets to speak his words, man. The Lord sent his prophets out there on the highways and the byways, right, to put up these videos, right? And you're seeing turmoil and chaos for a fucking reason, because of biblical prophecy, man. Uproars of the people spoken of in biblical prophecy. Wars, rumors of wars spoken of in biblical prophecy. Earthquakes in diverse places spoken of in biblical prophecy, right? Pestilences. Okay, you're seeing these things spoken of in biblical prophecy, and it's playing out. That's why the scripture says the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry, man. Okay, so that peace and safety spirit is through. It's, oh, hey, get ready, man. Get ready. Get the fuck ready. Even over here in the UK, get ready. You're gonna see some shit going off. You're gonna see shit popping the fuck off. And when Judah starts raising up, man, it's gonna be on and popping. This is what we say. This is what we've been telling you, man. Hey, listen, bro. Like, now's not the time to be getting weak for real. Now's not the time to be getting weak. Hey, now's the time to be plugged in more than ever. Open your eyes. Be circumspect. The scripture says, the Apostle Paul said, "See then that you walk circumspectly, right, as wise, not as fools, redeeming the time, because the days are evil," man. Yeah, things are going to be hard to bear. Yeah, things are going to be hard to take. But guess what? You're in the know. You know, hey, if you believe in these words that are written in the Bible, if you believe in these prophecies, you're good. Right? If you're calling upon the name of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, you're good. Watch the madness unfold. Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the one you say you believe in, right? The names that you call upon, those names are a strong tower, man. And those names that you call upon are, guess what? That's the power source. That's what's responsible, right, for everything that you see happening on the earth. Get to fucking know, man. Plug in, right? Get to grips with it, right? And I speak this for myself as I put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Get to grips with what's going on, man. This is what we've been telling you was gonna happen, man. The fuck? Like, things are fucking heating up, man. Things are popping off. And this is the time that it is. That's why we gotta stay plugged in. That's why we gotta stay prayed up and plugged in. Stay prayed up and plugged in. Because all hell is about to break loose. That's what I'm gonna call this lesson, Lord willing. Stay prayed up and plugged in. Okay? Which you should have been plugged in anyway. You know? Hey, because, hey, remember, man, hey, we are not of darkness. We are not of the night, man. We're the children of the day. And in the daytime, you got the light that shine. You see how it's daytime right now in this recording? Yeah, the light's shining, man. You got the light. You can be able to see what's going on, man. We ain't the children of the night. We're not in darkness. That day should overtake us as a thief. The Apostle Paul said this, bro. You know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. You know perfectly, bro. You know what time it is. Right? Stay with the belief in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? 2nd Esdras 15, hey, in a major way. We've been speaking about 2nd Esdras 15, 2nd Esdras 16, food shortages. Right? All these fucking proud, racist ass crackers, man, that you see, you know, showing their perpetual hatred. Right? Hey, the Lord said he will not turn away the punishment thereof. And you see Esau now, you see them in restaurants, they're getting fucking, you know, these women sitting in these restaurants and that, these established restaurants, getting fucking terrorized by Esau. But guess what's going on? Now you got them oh shit, oh my God, they're hiding under tables and shit. You know, they're in fucking fight and flight mode. Well, guess what? Get used to that flight mode. Because in the kingdom, you're going to be in constant flight mode. Trust me. Trust the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. In the kingdom, you will be in constant flight mode. Because you're going to get your ass beat. Right? Remember the scripture says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Yeah, Esau going to be getting his ass fucked up. And the other nations. But Esau, you're going to be getting it the fucking worst, bro. All these fucking establishments that you see, it's going down. Esau on the run. It's going down. Why do you think this is happening? Because Esau's kingdom's done. This wasn't happening before. Hey, like the elder said, Elder Mawazak, he said, look, as Esau's turning up, hey, the tribes are turning up too. As Esau's turning things up, hey, the Most High's got to turn it up on the other side. It's, hey, a false balance is an abomination. What do you think one people standing up to fight against another means? What the fuck do you think that means? That means you're going to have one group of people versus another group of people that believe in this, that believe in that. Right? This way of life, that way of life. Or this skin tone, that skin tone. This belief, that belief. It's going to be chaos, division. The Lord said what? Like, divisions, a kingdom divided shall not be able to stand, man. Get ready for civil war, like they show you in the movie Civil War. Get ready for all these things to start happening. I ain't making this too long, man. I just wanted to put this out there and say what I got to say, because that done stirred up my spirit. Because a brother had sent, you know, the elder's video to me and said, you know, and pointed me to a particular minute in time, you know, just to see what the fuck, which I've been seeing, you know, I've been seeing them videos. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, when the elder was going into it, it kind of sparked off my spirit. I had to speak on something. It sparked off my spirit. I was like, yo, definitely, we got to speak on this, because that's that 2nd Esdras 15, 2nd Esdras 16 right there. Yo, shit's going down, man. Yo, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. Let me get a scripture real quick. You know, let me get this scripture. Let me just go ahead and get this scripture right here. Second Ezra's 15. Let me get Second Ezra's 15. Second Ezra's 15, and I'm gonna start from 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction. And woe means destruction, by the way. Right? So pure chaos, turmoil, and destruction is about to envelope these cities. You best believe it. Right? As we're leading up to what? World War III, man. As we're leading up. And all this chaos is all planned, man. Remember, 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So we know that they need the chaos in order to come forth with them draconian measures. Right? Which the word draconian means excessively harsh or severe. So they're going to come forth with them severe measures. And what's going to be severe is that you ain't going to be able to buy or sell. You ain't going to be able to do anything. You're going to have to be off the grid. Right? Unless you take that chip. The MOTB. The mark of the beast, man. Alright? And they're going to cause people to get chipped up. And that chip is going to be, like, you know, causing a noisome and grievous sore. Remember? The scriptures speak about that grievous sore. Helkos. Right? For the word grievous sore, helkos in the Greek. Right? Helkos, which means like a discharge or a pus. Because that chip is going to be emitting radiation. And they're going to be pushing that chip off the back of this chaos. Remember, the term goes, never waste a major crisis. So there's going to be, what's going on with Iran right now with the conflict between Israel and Iran and getting backed by America. You know, I'm talking about Israel getting backed by America. This is causing now, then they're saying, look, the terror watch list is on an all-time high. With these Iranians now. So they can be false flag attacks anywhere, at any time. We got to be staying on our watch, man, because anything can happen. Think about these things. Like, everything's in turmoil right now. Right? Trump going crazy with all these tariffs. And you can't tell me that America is not the hammer of the whole earth. But guess what? The hammer done lost its edge. You know? Because that hegemony of America, look, America's still powerful. Don't get it twisted. Right? That don't mean, hey, America losing its hegemony, don't get it twisted. That don't mean that it's still not a power on the earth. It's still powerful. Right? It's still very powerful. But the hegemony of America is coming to an end. Right? America, you know what I'm saying? Like having no, you know what I'm saying? But you got these heathens like the Chinese, they think they're going to be the next to rule. That's why the scripture says, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? What they don't seem to realize that Yahweh Shai is coming to end all of this shit. That's why the scripture says that many crowns is going to be on his head. Right? The scripture says that he's going to strike through kings in the day of his wrath. He's going to fill the places with the dead bodies, man. Yahweh Shai is coming to end all of these nations, man. And they're going to find out what the wrath of the Lord is really about, man. Okay? Stay prayed up and plugged in. This is back in 2 Ezra 15 and 15. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. That's what's going on, bro. That's exactly what's going on. One people standing up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Killing instruments. People are going to be getting slain. The dead's going to be lying out in the street. The dead shall be cast out as dung. That's what we've been telling you, man. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. They don't give a fuck, right, about the government in that day. You know, over here, the MPs, you know, they don't give a fuck about it. You know, over there in Babylon, they ain't going to care about Democrats or Republicans. They ain't going to care about what, you know, what they're talking about. These senators and shit like, listen, it's going to be all out war. All out chaos, man. And the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Right? That's gonna. Hey, we had the lockdowns, when we had the pestilences. They stopped people from going from one place to another. That's prophecy, right? For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So because of their pride, right? What's gonna happen to these cities, man? The cities shall be troubled, bro. Because everyone out here is walking in great pride, and especially these Edomites, man. And we get sick and tired of seeing you Edomites with your whiny voices, man. Yeah, how are you? We get fucking sick and tired of it, man. Right? Walking around in your fucking affluent neighborhoods, sitting down in your plush restaurants and that, going in your stupid little holidays and that, you know? In positions of power in these fucking offices, and you don't do fucking shit. All you do is sit there and act like you're working. Man, there be offices that I be seeing, and I just be seeing Edomites chatting shit non-stop. They ain't even fucking working, man. Oh, we got taken to lunch. Oh, we got taken. Last job I worked at, we got flown to France and we had lunch, and oh, it was amazing. But shut up, man. Hey, the Lord is gonna fuck. Man, he's gonna fuck this place up. And that's what we want. That's what the fuck we want. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is doing things out here, bro. Stay prayed up and plugged in. This is what the time it is. You know? This is what time it is, man. We're not in that peace and safety spirit. That's through. That's over. The Lord said there's a time for everything, every purpose. Right? A time for love and a time for hate. A time for war and a time for peace. This ain't the time for love, and it's definitely not the time of peace. Okay? If you think it's a time of peace, man, you are completely out there. The scripture says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength for salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure, man. So this wisdom and knowledge is going to keep us sharp in these last days. Right, stay prayed up and plugged in, man. With that, man, hey, shalom to the elect.